From the beginning of recorded history, civilization has always been reliant on where this and that city was, and the features that lie in between. Geography is everything when it comes to settling a place. In more ancient times needed fertile soil, lots of natural resources, and access to the wider world at sea. It's for these reasons civilizations formed around the Indus or the Nile or the Fertile Crescent. Maps, the visualizations of the geographical space around them, being the tools generals or leaders have used to dominate maybe even 9,000 years ago in the Neolithic era. Yeah, you heard me right. 9,000 years of these depictions of the earth we walk on, typically visualizing how streets formed grids around buildings, or what place was hillier, or what place was more temperate. These things have lots of uses, and can be used to easily explain a situation without saying a word. And all of this knowledge and creativity has led up to country fanfics on YouTube, but today we're not going to be looking at these country fanfics. I really don't know how much of my dignity I'm really willing to lose in one go. Summer Mapping Fest started as a thought experiment, asking the question, you know that presentation for games every year? What if we did that, but for the completely different medium of map making? What could go wrong? 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 The answer is not a lot. Sure, one or two I'd have no problem kicking off a cliff like a football, but overall not that bad. In this video I'll be looking at some of the big boys, the meaty mappers, and I'll be ranking everything based on how much I'm excited for whatever thing they're pushing. Sometimes off of a cliff, out of a nice succulent 7. But a note of warning. Everything I say is completely objective, meaning that this is the only factual opinion, and anything deviating from my thoughts in any way are just wrong. So let's jump into it. First things first, when it comes to this genre of content, i.e. mapping, I am very old. If you ever watch my old content, you'll know that in mapping years, I am due to be balding and sunbathing in Spain and filing my taxes under a company registered in the Caribbean like the proud boomer Brit I am. So I'm actually surprised how little things have changed since I stopped watching. Forgotten seems to be a series based on Russia after some huge apocalyptic disaster. That's it, that's all we know. To be honest, this could even be Russia under Ryan toy review or something.
This video features Ryan's World toys that Ryan helped create.
Anyway, the music made me feel a little... considering the lack of action in the trailer, but visuals and dialogue are evidently well executed. Not too bad of a start, to be honest. Okay, what were we expecting? Really? I mean, come on. The guy made a video on a war between PewDiePie and T-Series. I think that says enough. Well, okay, I'll give him a little bit of slack. It's not nearly as bad and low effort as a year ago, but it's not much of a step up.
Bruh. Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No.
Neutronex's key problem is illustration, I think, both in visual and narrative terms. But if it had more... it would be a lot better though. Maybe next time. Impressive, to say the least. While nothing new to add about music choice or country bullwhopping that hasn't been said by the whole Poland clique of the internet, his animations are very solid and make Void Viper run for his money. Literally, his money is literally running away from him. Someone please help him. Listen, I tried to put a logo pun in here somewhere, but nothing sticks. Just pretend I said something funny about the logo, okay? Yet again, Japanese brings his own creative touches to every topic he entertains, and this can be seen even in the presentation of the trailer itself. Without a doubt, definitely worth checking out. Watching the trailer for Brazilian's collab felt very Brazilian. He has a reputation for based alternate scenario, with many character and many war. But this time, it's based in East Asia, which is unlike Europe in everything but the fact that coloured maps look like a clown's. But yeah, the guy's sticking in his comfort zone, and I don't blame him for it all too much. I feel like for based alternate scenario, with many character and many war. Then give this one a checking out. We've done it! We have achieved maximum representation of the mapping community. Todd Howard is a country human.
Looking good.
Black Sugar. That's the name of the series, I'm not even kidding. They look like this when I checked on Google. And if I'm honest, I kinda want some now. Don't be so quick to judge though. This presentation is baked with a lot more effort than most, and Moldovan's effort is definitely evident. Apparently the series itself will have advanced mapping, and music will be his own. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Either way, he links his Discord and his competition server. Let's just move on. Oh wow, this one's gonna be fun, Rojo. Wow. You truly are the weak link of the cast, aren't you? Another season of AHOE. Really? Why does the new map look more like a layer of dead skin cells than anything else? And this map that you're making? Why is this part green and this part blue? Like choose a color for God's sake. Oh my. Oh, and this. Oh my. This genuinely infuriates me that a 14-year-old claims to have made this. Like, an 8-year-old could have made this, Rojo. Like, hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
What was this about?
Alright, so I read the little thing you said about me, about my SMF presentation. Alright. What was that about? That I'll ask you that.
What else was there to talk about? I mean, those were my thoughts on your presentation.
Those are your thoughts.
Those are my thoughts.
Such ill-mannered thoughts, such bad comments, right? Do you have an understanding of who you're actually talking to, who you're talking about, you know? Alright, what could you do? Alright, I provided one of the most fluent series in the last 2 years. And despite my inactivity this year, I still provide. What do? You haven't uploaded since the beginning of this fucking year.
Come on, that's a bit harsh, actually.
What do you mean that's a bit harsh? As if yours wasn't too harsh on me or what?
I mean,
okay.
I just said my thing.
I make the content for my fans, and I'm proud of it. You stopped because you thought, I'm too lazy, alright? And then you have the gall to say that my content, my logo, the logo I took around half an hour to design and for the name to come up in around like 3 weeks. You have the balls.
3 weeks. 3 weeks for the I'm German, I'm sex something. I mean, that's kinda that's a
You don't even know the name of the fucking server.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about this. I'll have a reflection. I'll reflect on it, okay?
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me when you come back with a brain, you fucking monkey. Oh shit! Don't.
But yeah, his premise was interesting, and the Discord mapping score thing idea was kind of cool. What's the next one? Sometimes I can't do something justice without talking about things in serious terms. Imperialis' series always masters the concept of harmony. Every theme expressed, every instrument in each piece, every map player contributes beautifully, together to give you a captivating image of the same world but from a different lens. There may be some little flourishes, like somewhat overdone visuals, that on their own fail to move his audience. That really doesn't matter. As reviewers of any content, we need to take a step back, and instead of looking at the grain of sand, admiring the beach. Has the guy ever finished a series? No. 0 out of 7, even worse than Neutronix. Guys, I have to come clean. I have to let this out. I'm not a Wonder Waffle fan. Oh, come on! I guess the whole country bull concept of his doesn't really stick with me. And the people who hate Jap for his country bulls would definitely beat up Wonderwaffle in the street. Wonder has built up a sort of reputation for the Great Warp country bull mapping thing. And he seems comfortable in the kinds of viewers he attracts. So I guess it only makes sense for him to continue what he's doing and just let the kinds of series he makes carry the same traits. But at the same time, he's just not for me. I'm not very interested at all to see these videos through. This has me hooked already. This is looking very good. So a time travel series. Now that's interesting. Can't wait to see this. I look forward to watching someone good at This is good. Yeah, and I'm not just saying this to appease them. Of all the ones we've seen so far, Koreans probably had the highest expectations. And of those expectations, I'd say he has managed to deliver. Pax Britannica Nova is finally coming to a close, and that means I can finally catch up and dedicate a Netflix and chill evening with the family to watching the rest of it. Oh, does that list of episodes look long? Aside from that, Time Drop has a neat little concept to it, and has a refreshingly innovative series direction that we don't see often in mapping anymore. Maybe because all the painstakingly obvious ones have all been done now! All of this content is stuff I'd actually watch, and no doubt there is a ton of hype for what is to come. We're all counting on you, Korean. Try to forget Splatoon was good. I mean, it had the whole division thing going on, and the chaos definitely shines through. I really don't get why he matched the beats of the drums with the text in some places, but the production of the trailer and the things you'd expect on are delivered well. He also did some Graven covering with Mordek Doctrine. To keep this one going for more than 3 episodes, we can only hope. When you think cosmic, you might think of this, or this, but did you ever picture this? Okay, from the get-go, there is this mystifying aura that doesn't really register. Apple? Darling, are you there? And sure, the visuals aren't his, but all the same, this is composed powerfully, and it's probably one of the most dynamic trailers we've seen today. It's sure to have a fantastic plot too. The descriptions of the series itself he gave in the Discord is pretty advanced stuff. Although he better be careful not to make it so detailed that it alienates some of the people watching him like a certain imperial rat I know. But for now we don't know all too much and only time will tell. But from what we've seen today, this one most of all deserves your view. Unironically, please watch the first episode when it comes out. Please do it. Varret, formerly known as Variturxy, is one of those rising stars in mapping, and whose growth patterns have been constant no matter what. Why do I say this? It's because I'm filling up for content, but it's clear why he's doing so well. He seems to be very mainstream with content that clearly appeals to a vast majority of the edgy class of the community, like Poison, like Contingency, and like Korean. Many of the themes, including are carried over. The problem, though, is found when they use the for every circumstance, rendering the whole thing a little monotonous. This is interesting, though, because I've seen newer mappers do this quite often, and I really want to bring the point home that using the everywhere gives off the opposite feeling it attempts to build up. But Killer Bean? Different story. This point carries over into plot and dialogue. If every entity speaks either like angry, helpless minor leaders or modern-day Shakespeare's, you really will just end up with a lot of one-dimensional characters who feel just hollow looking at. This offers Kaznia a bit, but the Turkish War of Independence thing looks pretty cool. I'm into it. But yeah, my tips here to the guy are try and focus a lot more on character development, as it also means people generally just watch these gorgeous maps glow until the very end. So this presentation was heavily reliant on watching the Dream Season 1. I did not watch the Dream Season 1, but I watched this trailer, and I have some thoughts. My first thought... Oh, this again. I mean, come on. For a newcomer to the series, it has a somewhat more innovative plot with the element of time travel in the mix, but I can't say it hasn't been done before. Dialogue feels a little stiff, which some people might snap back with, but the countries, not characters! Shut up! You're wrong. You're so wrong it hurts me to consider just how wrong you are. Countries and characters aren't mutually exclusive. You can have countries speak like real interesting people too. Anyway, my point is they aren't all that interesting in the way they conduct themselves. Which is kind of a missed opportunity given the situation exceeding the typical viewer expectation. And some of the entities? You have normal country Andy here, over being the voice of reason, the antagonist Rome, a country trope, and... this is meant to be the Swedish Empire. Music is the same story with Varrot. I can't spend any more time with the Sweden thing. H, it's a H. A, oh my god, it's H. And then there's an A, and then a G. Hague, it's Hague. This is pretty good. The reason my transitions look like this is because I was paying tribute to this man right here. Furcon, lover of owls, practitioner of the fowl, the guy you'd give a scowl, is back at it again with Hague, a sequel to his series Gauche, earning him a few mapper tournaments, and not a lot of views, 20,000 views on average. Big yikes if somebody else would have had 20,000 views in a video, and had POG at the end of his YouTuber URL. Would be pretty embarrassing, actually. The music's great, visuals are great, a lot of effort as usual put into animation, and this is just great. With Gauche, there was always a reason you were glued to the screen with all those mystery boxes, and this was done so well that any little scrap of information you could find would be compiled in a catalogue of analyses in the comment section. Now Hague promises to take off the veil completely. Watch Hague, do it, I dare you, I double, triple, quadruple dare you, I comment, do it. Well, I think that'll do it for today. We've looked at a whole roster of different mappers with different styles and established scores, objective scores that simply cannot be contested. Oh yeah, we also need to talk about the shitpic thing. What? Yeah.
You know what else you should follow? You should follow my shitpics, man. At SFJGX1.
Follow the shitpics.
Yeah, follow the shitpics.
Follow the shitpics.
Okay. Yeah, you should.
You should follow the shitpics. You should.
Alright.
That's him flushing the toilet.
Did it work?